What up, dude? And welcome to the Boss Up Ball Out podcast, your home for organic debate about Detroit Lions news and rumors. It's your man, Kurt Steele. Today, we look at the latest Detroit Lions news and rumors from free agency. But do us a quick favor like the video, share the video, and comment on the video. All these things help us with that YouTube algorithm and gets this channel to more Detroit Lions fans like yourself. If you like the channel, please subscribe if you haven't done so already. We are on our way to 3,000 subscribers, and we're currently at 2758. And we now have channel membership. So go check that out, man. And the store will be coming real soon. Another way to help us grow this channel, man. Now it's time to bring in my co-host for today, man. And I gotta say, man, last week that Thursday was popping because my man, the myth, the legend, LL Cool Joints. What's going on, my dude?
I don't know what you're talking about. Happy Monday morning, everybody.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, you know. And y'all know who it is, man. It's the hardest working man down there in Jackson, Michigan. Y'all see that Northwest logo on his cap, man, because he coaches those kids down there. He cooked those meals at Jackson College, man. And he does a gang of things in that community down there in Jackson, man. It's the Wolverine Lion who?
Coach Mike Jones. What's going on?
Hey, if you're new to the channel and you don't know how our show works, we look at Detroit Lions news, headlines, or takes. If we agree, we say they are bossed up. If we disagree, we say they are balled on. We give our take on why we agree or disagree. No hot takes here. We ain't finna get pulled up on like Stephen A. at the by LeBron at the Lakers game. It's just natural debate and our true thoughts and opinions about what's happening with our favorite team, the Detroit Lions. Because LeBron pulled up on him like, "Hey, bro, you'll keep me on son's name out your mouth. This will be talking." But anyway, man, today we're going to talk about the latest things that's happened over the past few days with Detroit Lions, free agency, some rumors that's going on as well. So, but one thing I will say this, man, and I want to say this before we get into what we're talking about today. There are a ton of Lions fans losing their minds already. Free agency hadn't even started yet, man. Like the tampering period hadn't even started yet. The tampering period starts at noon today. So people are like, man, Brown need to do this and do that. I'm like, calm down. Like, stuff ain't even started yet, man. And free agency doesn't even officially start until Wednesday. And it doesn't really end until like the end of preseason. So my man Mike Payton of A to Z Sports posted something on X or Twitter, whatever you call it. I still call it Twitter. And I found it interesting. He said, I don't know why everyone ignores last year with this team. He said, the first thing they did was sign the top nose tackle in free agency. We all know that's DJ Reader. 2, traded for a cornerback who is probably the most sought after cornerback in this cycle. Okay. CD3. Signed a starter in Amik Robertson. Okay. That's number 3. Number 4, signed a Pro Bowl guard, Kevin Zeitler. And then signed one of the best kickers in the league. Man, y'all know how it is, man. Mr. Brick Salesman himself, Jake Bates. So did a lot of things last offseason. You know, we just happened to get hit by the injury bug last year, but calm down, people. We hadn't this stuff. I mean, really, this still hadn't even started yet, right? And I have to look at it like this, man. Like, with all the moves and stuff that happened in the last few days, most of it was people were re-signing to their own teams, right? You had some players getting released, but the most moves were people getting re-signing to their own teams. It wasn't like, oh, you got some big free agent, you know. I think the biggest one was Devontae Adams to the Rams. That was yesterday. But, like, then you had a couple of trades, but, like, okay, calm down, people. I mean, like, it's a long way. The offseason is a long – man, we didn't even hit spring workouts yet. Like, we haven't even hit the draft yet. I mean, pro days are just starting. I mean, really. I mean, people, calm down. I mean, calm down. People, pump your brakes a little bit and let the process, play out. You know, let Brad Holmes cook a little bit, man. He sit behind. He let other people do their things. Next, it's bam. You know what I'm saying? A little hot sauce on that thing. You know what I'm saying? A little seasoned salt. You know what I'm saying? So calm down, man. Let Brad do his thing. But the first thing I want to talk about today is probably the biggest news yesterday was, and probably the biggest heartache of yesterday was the Lions planning to release um, Zadarius Smith, and I had to look at it, right? So Zadarius Smith is getting released. He was on Instagram thanking Detroit and all that good stuff like that. But I have to I had to kind of dive into why the Lions would have done that, right? So it's a salary cap saving move. Some fans believe, and that's because of some people reporting that it would only have cost the Lions about $7 million. However, keeping him on the roster for this season triggers 2 years of votable years roster bonuses that cost an additional additional $5 million. And that means the Lions would have to pay him even if he's not on the roster. They got enough of that dealing with that dead cap situation. You got to remember when Brad Holmes took over the tenure in Detroit as the GM, he was hindered with dead cap money for players that were no longer on the roster, who have been released from the team, or just people who just didn't fit the build in Detroit, so they had to let them guys go. So keeping him on the roster this year would have been about $12 million. And I don't think they really wanted to pay him $12 million, especially if it would have been for those 2 additional seasons where he wouldn't even been on the roster. So my guess is the Lions and Smith couldn't come up with an extension that would have worked for those votable years to get him off the books. So they decided to part ways. It doesn't mean that the Lions can't bring him back later on in free agency as a street free. They let him go and say, let's see if we can rework this down the line. But right now, some people are just mad. I'm like, and we'll talk about another player that got re-signed earlier. I don't think it was a this or a that. I think it was a, hey, I don't know any GM that wants a guy on their books paying them money, $2.5 million for 2 years when they're not even going to be on the roster.
Right.
I mean, that's not really a smart me. Cleveland, they worked in that contract with Cleveland, and we traded for him, but I just think that they wanted to work out an extension, and it just couldn't happen. But I wouldn't pay a guy that much money, and he's not on the roster. That's just me. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like because it was like about over 2.5 per year almost for those 2 years for 2026 and 2027, which he wouldn't even been on Detroit anyway. So what do you guys think? I get it why they did it, but there's still the door is still open for them to bring him back if they can work something out. But just saying that, it was just a knucklehead move, man. You got to dig a little bit deeper into that contract situation, into the cap situation, and why. Because you do have players coming up that you're going to sign, and you want to have that cap space to re-sign guys down the line, and you just don't want to have it sitting for somebody else who's just taking up cap space and not playing on the team. So I'm gonna go to you first, Coach Jones. What do you think about the Lions releasing Zadarius Smith?
Well, first off, I was a little upset. Just because I had just seen that we had signed Marcus Davenport. So we had re-signed Marcus Davenport, and I'm like, perfect. Now we got depth in that position. We got guys that we don't have to count on for every down snap. And then all of a sudden, it was like we're releasing Zadarius Smith, and I'm like, these mofos right here. But then after you relax and you calm down, you break it down, and you realize what it is. I think that Zadarius Smith will actually return to Detroit. I think once the smoke clears, I think Zadarius Smith will end up back in Detroit. I think he embraced the city a lot. I think the city kind of want to see him paired with Hutch. So I do think that Darius Smith will be. I think he will be back. I just, it's just uneasy feeling when you let guys reach that open market, man. You're like, oh no, because then teams get to throwing money around, and some throw money around irresponsibly, and you know how that goes, man. But hopefully, the Darius Smith will end up back in Detroit. Your friend is over here. I don't know. Your friend must have gotten a hold of my cat because now all of a sudden my cat want to be over here walking around the table and everything. I don't even know what's going on. Hold on. Uh,
Oh man, we got another ghost cat in the building, man. What's your cat's name?
Pickles. There's Pickles right there. Okay, you can go. You can go. Yeah, but
Ironically, my daughter's cat with my grandkids is named Pickles.
okay.
Why don't you look at that?
All right, LL, what you got on Zadarius Smith?
It was a shock to me. I mean, but I guess this was an option. I don't remember if we talked about it here or if it was Woodward Sports or Detroit Lions podcast, but I definitely heard this as an option because of the bonuses kind of make that deal not as cheap as we think it is. But it's still a bit of a shock to me because, you know, even here we've been saying, like, you know, on some instances when we wouldn't put in any, you know, all the other pass rushers on the side of Hutch, we've been pretty much saying we can't wait to see him and Hutch. So that's a little shocking to me, a little maybe not shocking, but disappointing maybe, because I did want to see that pair rather it be just straight up Hutch and Lower Zed, or just Lower Zed and some kind of rotation on the other side of Hutch, and we get another big name or whatever it is. But it was a bit of a shock to me. But here, I'm about to make a joke here. Good riddance, because you was getting too close to Cash Doll. So
I was about to bring it up. You know, that's his that's his boo right there. You know,
that ain't his nothing. That ain't his nothing. You better
that
shut
ain't
up.
nothing. Yeah. I ain't seen it on your Instagram, so I
Don't be claiming people like that, man.
Kurt, you sound like them. I ain't on your Instagram, so I don't count. So you sound like them, Kurt.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. Hey, coach, he put his claim in like, hey, man, get off my woman.
I don't know, man, y'all.
Yeah, I don't know, dog. Hey, yo.
I'm for the streets, man, too, so we perfect for each other.
I don't know if your pocket's that long to deal.
They not. They not.
To deal with to be competition for that cat.
It's the love.
It's all about. It's the love. Hey man, like the video. Comment on the video. All these things help us get this content to Detroit Lions fans just like yourself, man. Woo, man. Pipe dreams, man. Like this, like us trading for Myles Garrett.
Double entendre.
For LL and Cash Dow. But man, real quick, you had the big deal for the two names that everyone was talking about. I'm glad we can stop talking about them now, with Myles Garrett re-signing with that monster deal in Cleveland and Max Crosby re-signing with the Vegas Raiders. So we can actually stop doing videos. We can stop wondering. We can stop wishing upon wishes and stars upon stars and throwing pennies in the well. All that stuff is done.
That makes me mad that at the end of the day, cash rules everything around me. Cream get the money. Dollar bills, y'all. That's how it is.
Man, that contract was monster, man. That dude he gonna own half of Cleveland. that contract.
He a liar. That's all I say. Congrats to him, get paid, but you a F word liar. You got dang liar.
You might want to leave, but when somebody throw 40 in your face a year, you know, like
it's like
I think about it.
You know what? No, I'm just gonna put some new drapes on the house, man. We gonna paint this thing. We gonna power wash the driveway, man. We gonna be good for that much money. But we got some more stuff to talk about for the Lions, man. So LL, man, talk about what's going on with Derek Barnes and Marcus Davenport.
Yeah, the Detroit Lions have brought back these two players, linebacker Derek Barnes and defensive lineman, whatever you want to call him, Marcus Davenport. I'm not mad at either of these deals. Reportedly, Derek Barnes will sign a 3-year contract worth up to $25 million, with $16 million guaranteed. And Marcus Davenport will receive a 1-year deal worth up to $4.75 million, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like both of these deals, honestly. I thought it had one where it was like the base amount is like 2 point something and it's up to 4.75. I can't find that anymore, but I don't mind either of these deals. Derek Barnes, just because he shows that he can play, he shows that he can know this system. In the show on Friday, one of the points that Coach Mike had brought up about just some of these other free agents is keeping them away from other people. I don't necessarily believe in that, but on this one I do because we keep him here. This is one of our players, so we keep him from Chicago or the Jets maybe. So and it's an affordable deal. Like you said, you look past the bonus. It's only a 9-year deal. That's $3 million a year. You know what I'm saying? And this is this could go either kind of way. We all talked about the Sam. He could either play that Sam role. He could be on the field with Anzalone and Campbell, or let's say Anzalone, um, you know, uh, whatever happens, and we need to fill in for Anzalone. Derek Barnes can do that. So, just things like that. He shows some kind of versatility in our system and things like that. So I think it was a big re-signing for Derek Barnes. I personally really like that role. Welcome back, my main pack a punch. I feel like I ain't said that name in a long while, but welcome back, man. As far as Marcus Davenport saying, welcome back. Um, a lot of people didn't like this deal, which is fine, but he played okay when he was with us last year. It was an unfortunate incident for him to end up getting hurt. As a person who talked about or who talks about Brad Holmes signing these hurt old boys, I was one that was a little bit skeptical of signing Marcus Davenport in the first place, but I wasn't mad at what ended up happening because I don't. It wasn't just just him just hurt type deal. Somebody hurt him, so
Yeah.
But well, he played well. I think he will play well in a rotational role, or just starting as he did last year. Now we got a super cheap option over there. We might double up on edges in the draft, or maybe sign another lesser known edge player in free agency and in the draft. But this, it leaves some flexibility in that position in free agency and the draft, and we also get a solid player added back to this defense. So I'm okay with both of these deals. What do you guys think about Derek Barnes and Marcus Davenport returning to the line?
Yeah, for me, I'll have to say this, man. Like, I like the Barnes deal. 16 million supposed to be upfront of that $25 million contract and guaranteed money, which makes his annual cap hit a lot less of a burden financially on the Lions salary cap. So, and I think Barnes, like you said, man, he came to his own as a Sam linebacker. He made one of the biggest plays in Lions playoff history in that divisional game against the Buccaneers a couple of years ago. Um, and I just like him back in that on the roster, like you said, homegrown talent. I think Davenport's deal is minimal, and it makes him a depth player. I don't think it puts him as a starter. Like you said, he played well into that dirty ass armbar by the Cardinals offensive tackle. You know what I'm saying? Took him out for the year. And I think what is it like? I think it's the base salary is like 1.75, and then with the roster bonuses or whatever, it ends up being like 2.5 or 2.7 as far as what his base salary would be and his incentives, man. Like, to be honest with you, I doubt that he would. I'm gonna be sorry. I don't think he makes those bonuses and gets up to that 4.75. And this contract is really minimal, and I think that they made it so if they can have to cut ties with them at training camp, that they can do that, and it won't cost them a lot of money financially for the rest of the season. So I think it's a smart signing, smart depth signing by the Lions for Marcus Davenport. And I don't think it was a Marcus Davenport over Zadarius Smith. I just think that the financial aspect of Z's contract, they just couldn't work it out. So I just think that's what that was. So yeah, I like bringing both those players back in the fold. Of course, we brought back a couple players too. Before I get to Coach Jones, we brought back Anthony Pittman and Ezekiel Turner. Both of those guys are special team signings. I know people are all upset about Ezekiel Turner. Then they bring Ezekiel Turner back to play linebacker. He had to play linebacker last year because of all the injuries, but they brought him back to be on special teams. They didn't bring him back to be a starter because they already know what they got in that. So, but he is a good special teams player along with my man AP. You know what I'm saying? So big homegrown Detroit player. So welcome back to those guys as well. But Coach Jones, man, talk to me about Barnes and Davenport, brother.
I'm happy whenever we can bring back defensive talent, man. Whenever we can stockpile defensive talent, because we was hit hard this year. And just after we were so happy coming from here, we get into the season, man, and so I think Derek Barnes was a good signing. I think it was a necessary signing. Once again, it proves the loyalty that Detroit Lions are trying to show that they have. and then they signed Davenport. And what you don't realize too is they signed both of those. They got a linebacker and a defensive end for $10 million a year. I mean, basically, it's what it is. So, yeah, I like it, man. I think Davenport. I think he was really showing something, man. Because all I can remember, all the only picture I have in my mind of Davenport is when he was one arm just pushing the
Mm-hmm.
tackle all the way in the. I mean, one arm just, on the tackle,
Mm-hmm.
and he got like right under up in his chest plate and neck area and was pushing him back, and it was like I was like, man, okay, man, Davenport strong as hell.
That bull rush was
So
something.
yeah, it was. It was one arm, leaving this arm free. He was, yeah, but yeah, I like the signing, man. Hopefully that Derek Barnes is ready to build on what he's doing, because Derek Barnes is a excellent way to show that we develop players here. Because Derek Barnes was not Derek Barnes right now. Derek Barnes had to like develop into that role. So he kind of took what he was at defensive end, what he was at linebacker, he mixed them, and now he's like the perfect combo, man. So I like both of the deals. $10 million for both. I take it.
I
Yeah,
want to say
definitely.
something real quick. This
Mhm.
is and number one, good points there, Coach Mike. But whenever I joke and I say, I take them for $17.50 an hour, that Davenport deal is what I'm talking about. So if you ever need a point of reference, whenever
Right.
I
That's
say something
17.50
like
an hour.
17.50 an hour, it's a deal like Davenport.
Yeah, definitely. You gotta earn the rest of that, man. Gotta put some overtime
Yeah.
in, man. Hey man, like this video, share the video, and comment on the video. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel, man. It's free. It's free. And if you don't know how free it is, it's free 99 at 50 free cent. So it don't cost you one thing
Best.
to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man. Hit the notification bell so you know when you're getting that fresh content from us right here on the Boss Up All Our podcast, your home for organic debate about Detroit Lions news and rumors. All right, man. So we got to get into a rumor, because I said news and rumors, right? So you have to have a rumor, not just the news. All right, Coach Jones,
Yeah.
you're in charge of the rumor today. What you got?
Yeah. So I'm about to tap into my Swami, tap into my psychological thinking about this whole thing. So as yesterday unfolded, it's just big names, big news as receivers. DK Metcalf going to the Steelers. And then Devontae Adams going to the Rams. And you know what? That had me thinking about a lot of things. Well, first off, the Rams were not bluffing when they said they was done with Cooper Cup. Um, so what does that mean for the Detroit Lions? I'm gonna tell you where this goes into play. First off, that means they're going to release Cooper Cup. They haven't officially released him. They're still trying to shop him out right now. Nobody's gonna bite on the Cooper Cup thing now that you signed Devontae Adams. Like they're not. So you shopping him around. I mean, maybe the Buffalo Bills might bite on it. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe the Miami Dolphins will throw a ridiculous contract at him because they're known for throwing ridiculous contract at players. But he's gonna get released. So now it's gonna be, where does he want to go? Okay. And Detroit is a very, very good possibility destination, because when you get released, you can agree to a new deal, right? You can get a 1 year deal, maybe a 2 year deal with only 1 year promised. And Jared Goff loves Cooper Cup. Like he was Goff's go to. Um, and I know a lot of people are on the but what about St. Brown? They play the same position. Listen, if last year taught you anything, we could never have too much of nothing. Okay, um, it just, yeah, man. You cannot stack positions enough if you're Detroit Lions. So um, I just think he fits in. I don't see another team, because at this point in his career, you gotta be ring chasing, right? Even though he already has a Super Bowl, you gotta be ring chasing now. When you get toward the back half of your career, you ring chasing. I don't think he's trying to get that money because he already got that contract initially. So I just see Detroit being a perfect spot for him, where he can come in, he can be a possession receiver, because you don't want to count on Cooper Cup for a 17 game stretch to carry the load. You want Cooper Cup to come in here, come in here, come in here, come in here. You know what I'm saying? You want sprinkles of Cooper Cup, and I think he can come in Detroit and be perfect, man. And I know people are like, man, our offense is set. We're not set at nothing. Okay, we're not set at nothing. Get that out your mind. We're already set because our defense was set last year, and then what? And then what happened?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So stop saying that we already set and we all this and we all. I hate when people do that. People go, oh, we got this and we got that. We got this. We think we got that. We think we got this until the season starts. So with that being said, hopefully they can work a deal now. I know, I don't see any other teams in the NFC really competing for a Super Bowl. Besides Philadelphia, which you know they're not going to take on that Cooper Cup unless he signs for the minimum.
They might.
I mean, they might, but I mean, I just don't see it. You know, I think if you leave it up to him, he's gonna go to the place where he can win a Super Bowl. I don't think he's gonna go to a place where he is looking for the money that much. But again, Jared Goff, Brad Holmes, the familiarities. You know what I'm saying? Straight down south. That might be something that Brad Holmes pulls the trigger on, man. So it just has a Brad Holmes feeling, man. If you can come in for the cheap, come in here 1 year, $6 million, man, and come in,
Yeah,
man, do his
that's
thing.
really cheap. He said
Yeah,
cheap.
it
That
is.
is cheap.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. To come in and be a third receiver, I think you come in for 1 year, $6 million, man. Maybe get maybe up to $8 or $9 million with incentives and things like that, and an avoidable second year. I think we going to do that, man. I think Brad can make that happen.
Okay. I'm one of them people, man. I'm rocking my 14 right now. So yeah.
No, you can't do that,
Yeah.
man.
Do I really want Cooper Cup in Detroit? I'll say this. I wouldn't be like super mad at it, but I wouldn't be like, I'm not super excited to try to make this deal happen. It's one of those, if it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. I'm more of a St. Brown right now. That's the guy. And I don't want anybody coming in here that you know what I'm saying. But I get it. I get the reasons why you wanted Coach Jones, familiarity with Jared Goff, but Jared Goff's the Cooper Cup in Detroit is I'm around St. Brown. So yeah, I'm okay if he doesn't come.
One thing, Kurt. One thing.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to like say nothing. So I'm not even gonna put it in the air. But Cooper Cup is a depth piece. Okay, that's what he is. He's not the savior. Cooper Cup is a depth. Because remember, we was like, oh man, we don't need no passer. We got Aiden Hutchinson.
Nobody said that. Nobody ever once said that.
I don't think I ever said that one.
Ever.
Nobody ever I always wanted that guy, but I always wanted that guy on the other side of him. That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
give me another one.
I'm talking about people like we got our premier guy. Like,
I got what you're saying. Yeah.
Like not saying that we don't need another. I'm saying like we like, man, we got. You know what I'm saying? It's like we got to stop with that we got because we don't know what we got. So that's why
I get what you're saying. All right, what you got, LL?
I agree with that. We do need to stop, but nobody ever once said that. I don't know where you got that one from. But nah, again, like I wouldn't mind Cooper Cup actually, because I think he'll fit wherever he put him at. Just like, everybody, he only can they play the same this and they play the same that. Ross line up outside sometimes. I'm certain they could put Cooper Cup outside. Now, of course, with that, he would probably be in that Tim Patrick role, and he would have to get Tim Patrick money. And I don't think he come here for $17.50 an hour, because he can go to the Patriots and get paid. He can go to the Jags and get paid. He can go to the and those are just people that can pay him. They can give him Cooper Cup money. He can go somewhere that maybe could win, like the Chargers or somebody, or even like Baltimore. He got plenty of choices out there. If he wanted to stay in LA and things like that, he could definitely stay with the Chargers and probably still get paid, and get a lot of balls and stuff like that. So that all goes into a player like a wide receiver, because all they whole job is opportunity. You know what I'm saying? If they don't get opportunity, you looked at as not a good player, and it's not your fault. You're just not even getting the ball thrown to you. But I would like Cooper Kupp here in Detroit, but I think it's very unlikely, and I think he has other options for everything a player like that might be looking for. But again, I wouldn't mind him though.
Yeah, with the New England Patriots, like they missed out on DK Metcalf. Metcalf went to the Steelers, and then
I wasn't thinking about it like that. Anybody that just missed out on that name is going to be them two names and Devontae Adams.
Yeah, Christian Kirk got released by the Jaguars, so there may be a spot down there for him. You never know if he wants to, pursue a team in the AFC. Those two teams are one of the same. I don't know about the Chargers though, because they got to play that plays that kind of Cooper Kupp role. His name was Ladd McConkey, and he was killing it last year in his rookie season. That dude he did his thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, let me see, what did he that dude he had a hell of a rookie season. Let's just say what did he put up last year?
Georgia and
that dude put up 82 receptions for 49 and 7 touchdowns.
He got a lot of targets. He could fit over there. I don't think he could. Yeah, but I get that as well.
Yeah, he got 112 targets last year with 82 receptions. So he became the Cooper Kupp of the Chargers last year.
They need somebody else though.
Yeah, that's definitely true. All right, man. Hey, man, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. All these things help us get this content and more Detroit Lions fans just like yourself. We'll be back tomorrow. We usually only do Mondays and Wednesdays, but we'll be back tomorrow. LAU was not here the other day. We'll be back tomorrow. This week we're going to cover the first day of the champion period tomorrow, what the Lions are going to do. It may be a quicker show tomorrow, but we'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back, definitely be back on Wednesday. And, I'll be back on Friday as well. You know what I'm saying? If any breaking news, we'll do some shorts or something like that. But we'll be back tomorrow for the first day recap of the legal tampering period, man. If you haven't done so already, make sure you follow the crew on your favorite social media platforms. Coach Joe does a great job, man, posting shorts over there on Wolverine Sports Talk and this channel as well. Of course, I post content from this channel on all of my social media platforms. And of course, man, you can check out LL on his Instagram page and his YouTube channel, man. He gets some fishing and stuff done. We got to get that. We got to get the unofficial Instagram page up here so everybody can follow, because it be yamish damage over there on his Instagram page, man. Because it'd be emotional damage with all the yamage over there. His Instagram page, man. But of course, thank you for starting your work week out with us right here on the Boss Up Ball Out podcast, your home for organic debate about Detroit Lions news and rumors. Time for parting shots for today's show. Coach Jones, what you got for the people?
Yeah, man, it's Monday. It's back to work. Spring break is over. But you know what, man? I'm kind of happy to go back to work, man, because we on a new schedule now. We're working 4-10s. I kind of like that, man. So I'm gonna see what that's like. But yeah, man. Today I think it is at noon. It starts the legal tampering period. So we'll see what's going on. People don't overreact, please. I know Lions fans. I know Twitter be going crazy, Facebook be going crazy, Instagram be going crazy when we don't hear the Lions' names being rumored with certain players, and it kind of makes me upset too, because then when players go to certain places, we're like, oh man, now they got him. Now we got to worry about that. But just relax, because we already know that the mad scientist Brad Holmes has a plan. So just be calm, be cool, let it happen.
Yeah, definitely. That's how
mad scientist.
Tighten up, shaking like a stripper. All right, what you got? you got LL?
Mad scientist, boy. But good morning, everybody. Have a great day. Beginning of the week, all of that good stuff. Put some I'll toss on that burrito. But this is for all y'all out there. If y'all want to drop it in the comments, and Kurt and Mike, if y'all want to give it real quick. But just like what's like the biggest shock that y'all think y'all could see come across the timeline today? This is involving the Lions. What do y'all got out
there? Re-signing Carlton Davis.
Yep, that's what I was gonna say. And you know what? I told y'all before, man. I want Carlton Davis to get re-signed. I think he's good, but man, what does that say to Amik Robertson, Terrion Arnold, and Ennis Rakestraw? Like that, y'all not good enough. So we gotta overpay, a cornerback to come in here to get y'all situation straight.
Hey, he was on the team last year. All I can say is like he made way more than all them cats last year. So, I mean, I don't know, but yeah, for me, hey man, thank you guys for joining us, man. Starting your week off right here at the Boss Up All Our podcast and home for a debate about Detroit Lions news and rumors, man. Hey, like I said, man, like this video, share this video, and comment on the video. All these things helps with that YouTube algorithm, man. If you're having a good day at work, spread the joy. You'll never know when a small word of kindness can take a person to great joy throughout their day. If you're not having a good day, please don't steal no one else's joy, man. And whatever you do in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL Cool Torrance and Coach Mike Jones, this is Kurt Steele, and we will holla at you real soon.